The Batman Part 2 stands as one of the most confusing projects in the ever-changing DC cinematic universe that, if I'm being real, I don't know if this movie will ever release. It was caught in a whirlwind of delays, cryptic updates, and a whole bunch of what the heck are we gonna do with this movie? Now, the release is currently slated for October of 2027, and as excited as I am to see the continuation of Matt Reeves' gritty universe, I'd be lying if I said that the sequel to The Batman is my most hyped film in the DC universe, because, well, Superman is actually a real movie. However, there's actually been some pretty interesting developments regarding The Batman Part 2. We have updates regarding the script of the movie, which James Gunn has said are encouraging. Now, there's actually an exclusive report by The Wrap. They revealed some details regarding the Batman Part 2 script that we're going to go into. So we're going to talk about all of that and more, guys. Check the video chapters for easy viewing. Subscribe if you like the content, and let's get started. So let's first talk about the exclusive report from TheWrap.com. They said, what is going on with Matt Reeves's The Batman Part 2 script? The article starts off with saying, so what is going on with the script for Matt Reeves's The Batman Part 2? The Dark Knight detective remains in the shadows, awaiting the screenplay for his next outing. Well, they said fans online have taken a big interest in tracking the development of the script of the highly anticipated sequel, specifically wondering when the studio is going to get a full draft. It continues on by saying, at the most recent DC Studios presentation earlier this year, DC Studios co-chief Peter Safran gave an update on the project, stating, James and I, we love Matt Reeves' vision for The Batman Part 2, and we are looking forward to this film as much as you are, he said. He hasn't yet turned a script, but from what we've read so far, it is very encouraging. Now, the report continues on by saying, according to an insider with knowledge of the project, Matt Reeves has been sending pages for more than a half a year, and that the first draft of the script is expected to be delivered by Memorial Day. The film was originally set to hit theaters in October of this year, but it was pushed back due to the stalled script development during the 2023 actors and writers strikes. The Wrap article then continued on by saying, as for the follow-up to The Batman, it will remain separate from the otherwise interconnected DC Studios continuity, which, if you guys remember this tweet thread from back in 2023, a fan asked the question, I'm curious, why isn't Matt Reeves' The Batman allowed to exist within the new DCU? To which James Gunn responded, it's not an allowed thing, it's Matt's choice and we respect that. Now, the Wrap exclusive then continued on by saying, fans are not the only ones excited for The Batman Part 2. Star Robert Pattinson shared an enticing but brief update on the highly anticipated superhero project, and he told the Extra that he finally knows what the film is about and he can't wait to wear the cape and mask again. And Matt Reeves is doing a great job of cloaking any spoiler details. Which the exact quote from Robert Pattinson was this, I know what it's about now. Matt Reeves is a very careful writer, but I finally know what it's about. It's very cool and I'm very excited. So yeah, to kind of wrap up the Wrap report, I guess you can say, they basically said that the script for The Batman Part 2 will be turned in by around Memorial Day, which for those of you that are not aware, Memorial Day is on May 26th. So it could be by this weekend the script is turned in. Heck, it could be that the script is already done and James Gunn has it, which I have a feeling that he either has the script or he has news that the script is coming, because according to James Gunn on Threads, he does have some information. So now let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that James Gunn has responded to over on his Threads account. So I don't know if you guys heard the story, but a while back there was a rumor that Matt Reeves would not be the director of The Batman Part 2 and the movie was just kind of dead, but according to James Gunn, he confirmed that that wasn't the case. Now, somebody on his Threads account asked the question, is Matt Reeves still directing The Batman Part 2? To which James Gunn responded, yes, huh? Which I love the fact that he responded that way. Like, the rumor that Matt Reeves would not be directing The Batman Part 2 was probably the dumbest rumor that I have ever seen and heard of in my entire time making YouTube videos. But that wasn't the only updates that we got for The Batman Part 2. This is also from Threads, where a user sent a pretty vague message and said, has there been any encouraging updates on The Batman Part 2? And this was 6 days ago, and James Gunn simply said yes. Which, that is really good news, and this is coming from James Gunn himself. Obviously, like, Matt Reeves still has to turn in the script, but there are encouraging updates for The Batman Part 2, which I think that's all we really care about at this point. I think we all just want to know that the film is still happening, especially with all the delays and rumors that it's not going to happen. Once we get an update regarding the script and the official green light of the project, I think everyone will collectively exhale that we're going to get a continuation of the Matt Reeves universe. especially a universe that was built so well across the Batman Part 1 and the Penguin show. Like, we have to get that continuation. Like, imagine if they canceled this project, I would be so sad. So at least we know that it's still happening. The project is not dead as of yet, and there are encouraging updates. So hopefully we get news that, you know, Matt Reeves has turned in the script, and then maybe James Gunn and the rest of the team has reviewed it. And it could be by next week that we get news regarding the Batman 2's development. Like, it could be that things are going full steam ahead. So hopefully that news is going to be coming. Now, I've seen some rumors and suggestions that the Batman Part 2 will be a part of the DCU, and they're going to decide to use Robert Pattinson in the DCU, but I don't think that's the case. I think this movie will be an Elseworlds project, and we're not going to get a DCU Batman until The Brave and the Bold, which I have a full video I want to talk about with The Brave and the Bold. Like, there's rumors that James Gunn might be the one taking the project on. Now that the authority has been kind of pushed to the side, James Gunn is currently writing for a new movie. Is that movie The Brave and the Bold? Is it World's Finest? We're not really sure yet, but I think both universes are going to continue to be separated, and the Batman Part 2 will be the end of the Matt Reeves universe, which I think that it's probably going to happen. In my opinion, I would love for Matt Reeves to direct something inside of the DCU. I think he's attached as a producer of the Clayface project, but again, I would love to see him attached to a project inside the DCU with him directing it. So this brings us to another update that we have for the Batman Part 2, and this is coming from movieweb.com. They released a report that says the Batman Part 2 is still in development at Warner Brothers, but Andy Serkis, who plays Alfred in the Matt Reeves Batman, is hoping that the delays will let Matt Reeves and his writing partner, Mattson Tomlin, dive deeper into the most underdeveloped relationships from the original movie. They continued by saying Andy Serkis recently appeared at Fan Expo Philadelphia, where he discussed the Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum, his work on the Planet of the Apes trilogy, and the upcoming The Batman Part 2. While discussing the latter, Serkis revealed his hopes for the sequel, stating this, and I quote, "What I loved about what Matt Reeves created in the last one was this sense of a guardian who has not an iota of paternal instinct in him, trying to be a father he could never be." And that was really the core of their relationship. He really felt he had failed the one person that he adores and tries to look after. He knows how to help in terms of skills and in terms of cracking codes and how to fight and all of those things, from being a soldier, from being in the military in his past. And the one thing that Alfred fails to do is have a real proper paternal feeling for him. And Andy said, "I would like to see the exploration of that deeply and go further. I mean, I don't know anything about the story or where Matt's taking him, but I would love to see that taken to the extreme, but in a more extreme situation." Which I think he's fully correct when he said that. Like, I do think that those characters need to be explored further. So hopefully they do that with the Batman Part 2. Again, though, Matt Reeves doesn't even have the script done, or at least he doesn't have it turned in. So who knows at this point? Maybe this is going to sway him to change some things, and then we'll have to wait even longer for the Batman Part 2 to come out, and then, you know, and then they cancel the project, and then we all cry because they're never going to continue the Matt Reeves universe, because why would they do that when the, you know, DCU is there, and you got The Brave and the Bold coming out, and, you know, James Gunn might direct that, and obviously James Gunn would want his movie to come out before Matt Reeves gets his movie out. But yeah, we're kind of in a rock and a hard place at this point. Like, if they don't get this script done soon, then they will cancel this project, I think, even though it's like almost guaranteed to get $1 billion. A movie that came out in 2022 isn't going to get a sequel until 2027 is kind of baffling to me, but I think the juice will be worth the squeeze. So hopefully we get some news regarding the Batman Part 2 next week. If we don't, then stay tuned to the channel, because I will be covering the Batman Part 2. I'll let you guys know once the script gets turned in. So don't forget to subscribe for news regarding the Batman Part 2, as well as other DC projects, the Harry Potter show, the MCU, Star Wars, and so much more. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe with your notifications turned on so you're not missing out on any future news. And until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys on the other side of the world.